Welcome to the At the Hill podcast. I'm your host, Danielle McPherson.
And I'm your host, Lily Carr.
Our episodes are brought to you by Rose Hill Public Library. And today's guest is Miss Arbogast and Mr. Blauser. Before we have them join us, make sure you follow Rocket Productions on Instagram and Facebook. If you miss any episodes, you can find the Rocket Productions Network anywhere you listen to podcasts. So, I want to start off with saying and asking, how are you guys doing today?
Oh, good.
Good. Thank you for inviting us.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely, guys. We're going to start with talking about the show that you guys are putting on. So, what kind of show is it?
Blauser?
Okay. The show is simply called A Night of One Acts. It features two short productions about, give or take, about a half an hour in length. In these shows, it's really meant for two reasons. One is to introduce Rose Hill audiences to just two different plays. I'll let Ms. Arbogast talk about hers. The show that I am directing, it is called, what am I actually doing here? It is Long Day's Journey into Night, okay? It's a short show about a dysfunctional family just dealing with the trials and tribulations of life here. Introduce you to five women who are kind of either established actors or up-and-coming actors. And also just kind of gives you just one directorial vision of a show, and Ms. Arbogast presents the other vision of another particular show.
And my show is called September. It's actually written by me, and it's, if you've ever seen or read Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams, it's something similar to that, not as dark, by the way, but is just a memory play. And so it takes place in a cafe in St. Paul, and is featuring four different storylines, kind of vignettes, that tell a story within the cafe itself. And each one has a full plot line and is resolved at the end of each of their pieces. So it's an opportunity to kind of explore a different style of one-act telling. And so I'm kind of excited about it. I wrote this 11 years ago, so I really haven't had a chance to see it actually come to fruition.
Yeah.
So the actors are the first to do this, and so I'm kind of excited about that.
Perfect.
Where and when will your plays be?
Plays will take place on 2 weeks from today. That would be September the 20th and 21st at 7:30 p.m. in the Rose Hill Auditorium.
And we'll be doing it a little bit differently. We won't be using the whole auditorium. We'll be using what we call a black box stage. And so it gives it a little bit more of an intimate expression of each one of our one acts, so that the audience is really up on stage with the rest of us.
All right, perfect.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And do you guys know how much to get in, or is it like free admission?
$3.
$3? Okay, perfect.
How long have you been wanting to do this? Like these plays?
Oh, well, both of us, we've kind of had our feet wet in theater a long time. This just was an opportunity to present itself as Ms. Arbogast has been a part of the high school faculty for quite a few years now.
9
and
years.
Since
Yeah.
9?
9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite a few. And since she also possesses a master's degree in theater and has also quite been around theater in a both professional as well as academic sense, it would have been silly not to use her particular talents to bring action to the stage. So.
Perfect.
And it gives us an opportunity to work together in a unique way and kind of broaden the aspect of the theater in Rose Hill and kind of broaden the understanding of theater in Rose Hill. We want to be able to provide an opportunity for students to be involved, both men and women. We don't want to be just one gender bias. We're looking to expand it, grow it, and give them an opportunity to really get excited about it.
Yeah. We'll be right back with Ms. Arbogast and Mr. Blauser after this commercial.
The Rose Hill Library started out as a community library at the school. The hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday. They are closed on Fridays and Sundays. They have nearly 10,000 items to check out, and all you need is a library card. They also have story time on Mondays at 10 a.m., and during the summer they host summer reading programs. The library can also fax and scan documents to a flash drive and make copies for you. You can contact them at 316-776-3013.
Barron Concrete has been working locally and commercially in the Roseville area since 1980. They've been a part of major projects in the Roseville and Wichita area that have helped shape the community we know of today. If you have any questions, please contact them. They are open Monday through Friday. You can reach them on their website at barronconcrete.com or 316-618-6087.
Elite Compression has been offering their service for over 6 years. They fit all patients with lymphedema and chronic venous insufficiencies and make it easier for the patient to live their lives to the fullest. They are open on weekdays from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. You can locate them at 10346 Stonegate Street in Wichita, Kansas. You can contact them today at 316-636-7900.
We're back with Miss Arbogast and Mr. Blauser on the At the Hill podcast. So you guys said that you wrote yours. Mr. Blauser, how did you figure out what you wanted to put out there?
Well, it was due to auditions that the two of us held a few weeks ago. Actually, I had about 3 or 4 plays in mind, and it was pretty much due to those who showed up, and then just the amount of people we had to work with kind of dictated. Ms. Arbogast knew kind of what she wanted to work with, and then also with the talent, that was also there. I had to try to pick and choose a script that would actually, use the talents of those people that remained.
Yeah.
So.
And so you guys have students putting this on, or are you guys also going to be in that? At
Oh,
all?
no, we're not in
You're
it.
not
We're
gonna be
gonna
in
be
it
just
at all?
directing it, yeah, no.
That would be really cool, though, if you guys were in it.
Okay, well, and to be honest, I mean, if you have a student that can't be there because of illness or something, then Mr. Blauser's had to step in a few times. I've also had to step in a few times in my previous position. So it does happen, just don't wish it.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
we want the students to be featured here,
Of
so.
course.
How much time and resources have you put into these?
Well, I mean, we started rehearsals just after school started, so, at least for me. And so after we're all said and done, it'll be about a 4-week process.
Yeah, perfect. And what's the behind the scenes looking right now? Like, are you guys practicing a lot, or like, what's the rehearsal looking like?
Well, Mr. Blauser and I are working together. So he has his rehearsals, I have my rehearsals, and together we're working on creating the scenes on stage with production, backstage development and so forth, making sure the lighting and the sound and what the stage looks like in full for each one of ours. And then eventually what we'll be able to do then is transition from one act to the other seamlessly. That's the goal.
Perfect. And so our last question is going to be mostly about your guys' clubs, like forensics and drama. Is there any upcoming events coming on after this play that we can look forward to?
Mr. Blauser can talk about the drama part.
Yeah.
Well, we'll probably try to plan something. Kind of depends on, how this thing goes off. We will be, in the drama department itself, will also be involved in the middle school production of Annie that is coming up in November. We are going to probably put into pre-production a February show called Night Watch. And we'll have an April show, but pretty much will most likely be a comedy. We'll just kind of see how everything kind of progresses and kind of who's involved and scheduling and all of that, and then we'll kind of see what happens.
Okay, perfect.
And as far as forensics is concerned, forensics doesn't really get started until January, but I want to be able to recruit new students into the forensics team. We had a very successful year last year, and of course, most of our seniors graduated, and so I'm rebuilding. But we do have some, exciting opportunities to really go after those medals and, again, qualify for state like we did this last year. I really do hope that we were able to include a lot of students that don't know what the event or the project is for them, and get them involved in the events that are coming up. We have 10 tournaments that we usually partake in, and they stay regionally. We don't go too far out of our region, but it's a good opportunity for them to showcase their talents, also to learn and grow with regard to the literature that they're learning. So that's another part of the forensics that a lot of people don't realize. So,
Well, perfect. If you want to join Forensics or Drama, please talk to Mr. Barger and Miss Arbogast. And thank you both for coming in and giving us your time today.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the At the Hill podcast. If you miss any episodes, you can find them wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you follow Rocket Productions on Instagram and Facebook. I'm your host, Danielle McPherson.
And I'm your host, Lily Carr.